Hi, everyone, and welcome to Loveworks. I am Stella, and we are going to do an all signs tarot reading. With this all signs tarot reading, we are going to look at the upcoming, depending on when you are watching this, the solar eclipse in Libra. So, this will also be a new moon. And I believe I heard something about a ring of fire, a new moon as well, or eclipse. So pretty exciting stuff. Libra is our planet of partnerships. So this can be a very beneficial eclipse energy if we are in that allowing energy. I'm curious to know, I'm just curious, those of you who pay attention to eclipse energy, if I'm wondering, like, if you guys ever really notice like the actual energies that are going on in your life. Like, does it make a difference to you? Do you notice it? Are you starting to already kind of feel this eclipse, that sort of thing? I'm curious about that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I wanted to say a quick thank you also to Mike for sending me this beautiful new velvety cloth. I hope it comes out on camera. It's very deep, rich brown with this beautiful gold brocade on the sides. It was on my Amazon wish list. So thank you so much, Mike. I really like it, obviously. Okay. All right, let's get started and see what's going on for Aries. All right, tell me about Aries, please, with this solar eclipse energy. We're going to look at some different aspects for you here, Aries, but let's just get some oracle cards to kick this off. All right, tell me about Aries, please. Solar eclipse. What does Aries need to know? So we have the answers you need are coming. Ooh, fantastic. And surrender to the divine underneath the deck. So this may be a really great time for you guys to get clear and get some great answers that you've been wondering about. All right, so that is awesome. Let's take a look and see. Oh, why do I have two stacks of these? Oh, because there's cards on top of that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Curious. Okay, so we're going to look a little bit of like what not to engage in during this solar eclipse and what to engage in for you before we get to the tarot. Okay, so for Aries, please tell me, what should they be like not really diving into at this time with this eclipse? Okay, honesty, interesting, but we'll talk about that because it doesn't mean don't be honest. Okay, we'll talk about that in a moment. All right, and what should they be moving toward? What should they be moving toward in this eclipse energy? Okay. Oh, wow, intriguing. Okay, so, ooh, this is, hold on. This is going in a different direction than I thought when I saw that card. We definitely have purple crown chakra energy here. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Oh, okay. And then the answers you need are coming. I weave and clear. I cast and know. Okay, so this goes along the lines of what we were just talking about, Aries. This is perfect. Okay, so I feel like this eclipse is pretty important for you. Okay, in the sense of this is an opportunity to like really own your power, because this phrase here, this sentence, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. But the thing is, this is saying like you need to really trust you during this time. And it's not that others are trying to feed you lies or something like that, although, you know, they may. It depends on the company we keep, right, kind of thing. But it's like, if this is more about like honing your intuition and your like wielding your power, all right? Because the answers you need are coming if, right, that you expect the truth from yourself. And then it says, I weave and clear mind. I cast and know. All right, so magical powers. So the phoenix rising from the ashes. So the fire energy here. Okay, so definitely this is about all the things I was just talking about. Getting your mind clear, knowing that the answers are coming. Not letting others feed you those answers. Okay, that's important. All right, and that can even relate to, tarot readings, all kinds of things, right? Or friends that want to tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, this is the right way to do this. Yeah, It's like, just expect the truth from yourself. All right, interesting. I like this already. Okay, so let's see. What can Aries expect moving forward in this, let's say, the current energy of the solar eclipse? What can Aries expect? So trust yourself, Aries. Trust yourself. But in order to trust ourselves, we need to hone that skill of really listening to our intuition. So, definitely be working on that. All right. What do we got here for Aries? Eight of Wands to the Hierophant. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Yeah, there may be someone who, or a belief system, like one particular person or a belief system for you guys, because it is a general reading, that has given you this impression that if you stick with it or something like that, like you'll be set free or something along those lines. And I feel like that needs to be reevaluated. And this could even be a relationship, okay, that has kind of kept you stuck for a very long time. The Chariot, this is a time to break free. The Chariot is a card of breaking free, breaking through obstacles, and definitely a card of like being in control of your own thoughts and mind, for sure. Okay. The World. Wow. Yeah. All right, there's a limited, Eight of Swords here. Okay, so here's the thing. I do feel, Aries, this is really important. I feel like there is an energy within you, and it could come out for you guys in different ways. For some of you, it could come out via a relationship, like a romantic relationship. Others of you, it's like your whole belief structure, all right? Maybe spiritual belief structure or just general life belief structure, something along those lines, where it's this belief that you have to like suffer in order to complete a plan. So like if that were a romantic relationship, in other words, that would equate to, well, we'll get there someday, or, I'll get to marriage someday, or, something like that, right? Which is not saying it's not true, okay, but that's not the way to bring that together in a harmonious way. If it's a spiritual belief, same thing. It's like, oh, I'll just keep on this path, and because, there's a plan and that I will be set free, from this. But again, it's more about you believing in your own power, the Chariot and the World, having that breakthrough aha type of moment that you are the only one who steers, that you are the charioteer. You are the one who steers through the obstacles. All right. No one else can do that. So like a relationship person can't come in and save that, or, a philosophical belief or something like that. This is more about, those things are helpful, but this is more about knowing that you are ultimately the only one who can steer the chariot through the obstacles. No one else can do that for you, right? So it's knowing that you have the ability and the power to do that. Because with the Eight of Swords here, there's two cards here of feeling like trapped and like motionless, like allowing sort of like a blind faith thing where it's like, well, okay, everything will work out, but not really taking the bull by the horns and helping it steer. Okay. So there's something here about not just waiting for things to happen, or waiting for a plan to happen, or waiting for like a relationship to be the end all be all, any of that stuff. And instead, hold on, loud plane. and instead unraveling yourself here. This is like being mummified. She's got a blindfold on her. She's kind of bound, and it's all these mind games, right, that are going on. So there's something here. It even says trapped right on the card. Anxiety, trapped. So it's like needing to free yourself from this kind of emotional prison and step out, dip your toes in the water, of emotion, give it a shot, see what's out there, feel more. All right. I do feel like that is, when it's healthy, like don't hide those feelings, and allow yourself to feel more and really step out onto like center stage here, whatever that that can mean for you. Okay, so very clear message for you guys. I do feel like there's this is really key. So remember, in fact, snapshot this, and then you can trim around my fingers here and just have the card. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself, because and you know how to like loosen those binds. They don't look that difficult to get out of, right? So be more authentically you. Don't be afraid of your own thoughts. Don't be afraid of your own motivations, and engage in that more. Okay? All right, that's what we have for Aries. Let's move to Taurus. All right, Taurus. Let's see what the message is for you at this time. All right, tell me about Taurus and their upcoming solar eclipse energy. Tell me about Taurus. Okay, surrender to the divine. Oh, wow. And I flipped over this one too because I felt like it was one. And look, it's Taurus. Okay, let's see. So surrender to the divine. Oh, little pumpkin. Come over here, jack-o'-lantern. Okay. Surrender to the divine, and your dreams need a practical plan. All right, and it is a Taurus card, so I definitely feel like that one is prevalent. Okay, so let's see what is going on for Taurus, what they need to know. Okay, so we're going to start off with what it is in this solar eclipse time period to really not engage in, and then what to engage in. Okay. All right, so let's see. Sometimes these are really positive cards, so just bear with, we'll get to the explanation of it, because it doesn't mean like, if it's something like beautiful, like love, or, something like that, doesn't mean, oh, don't engage in that. All right, so just hang on for the explanations and we'll get there. All right, what does Taurus need to really not be paying too much attention to and engaging in, and maybe needing a little overhaul, change? Okay. Service. Oh, okay. Intriguing. Yeah, purpose is here. Okay. So yours seems like this may be because the solar eclipse is in Libra, which is about partnerships. So this may be more like about work and how you have a partnership with work for some of you. Okay, but not necessarily. This can still be romantic too. Okay, and what should Taurus be focusing more toward? Prosperity. Well, there you go. That one's a pretty clear message. Okay, you have safe travel underneath the deck. All right. Hold on, where's my tarot cards? Okay, so I feel good when I can help others. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so for some of you, especially those of you, like if you're watching tarot, you're most likely a, fairly spiritual person, right? Maybe you're a very high spiritual person, or just fairly spiritual at the very least, right? So I feel like this is, yeah, some of you are high, like you're high vibrational people who may overextend or put too much emphasis on feeling good. Like, okay, like how do I say this? So like you may view the reward of helping others as like your end all be all, but remember, it's work. All right. So you also need to receive. So those of you, I think you'll know what you'll know what I mean, because I do feel like this is like more of a spiritual message of the way that you view like money and work. Okay. So it's like, because it says your dreams need a practical plan. So it's, I feel like you guys do dream of like doing work that is of positive service for others. And that's a beautiful thing. So it's not saying, oh my God, leave that behind. Just go for grab the cash, stomp on anybody in your way, right? That's not where we're going here. But it is saying though to honor also like like your self-care, your need for prosperity as well. It says, as this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. All right, surrender to the divine. So there's definitely something here about allowing things to come through. All right. And it's like, it's not just that though. You do also need a practical plan of how to deliver this service, because this is saying like you guys might be at that sort of stage in life where you are contemplating what you are doing for work. So it's like you're wanting to get into something that is more feels of value to you as a human being. And this is saying, yes, absolutely, but it needs more of a practical plan than that. It's not just being of service to others that's going to bring in the prosperity. It's like, you also need to have that earthly Taurus energy of a practical plan. Okay. All right. So now that could be, I guess that could also kind of transfer to romance as well. It's the same kind of message, just to put it in, instead of talking about work, it would be more of, we're talking about relationships. Okay. So it could fit into that category as well. But let's see. I think that most of you, it has more to do with like your purpose. Yeah. Cause you had purpose, duh, underneath the deck. So yeah, a lot to do with like your purpose and how you view what you do. So not solely focusing on just the service. It's like you definitely allow to yourself to receive in a financial way also, or an abundant way. All right. Maybe it's not financial for you. It depends on what your situation is. If that's not needed, right? If it is, then yes, it's okay to do that. And if it's not financial and it's something else, allow, that abundance to come through. Okay. So let's see what we have with the tarot as far as current energy solar eclipse message. So where is Taurus with current energy in this solar eclipse, please? Six of Wands. Five of Cups. Okay. Yeah, otherwise you guys are going to burn out. Like some of you guys could be like tarot readers, right, that are watching this, or like in the or like RNs, like in the healthcare service providers, something along those lines, and you're burning yourself out without feeling like anybody notices or something like that. All right. Nine of Wands, definitely burned out. All right, so Nine of Wands, this would be a good time also, because this particular solar eclipse, even though it is like a ring of fire and all that kind of stuff, but it's also Libra energy, which is very chill. So it is a good time to sort of it's okay to take a rest. Some of you guys just might be like really tired, really burned out, maybe sleeping more than usual. Also, that can be in this type of energy. But it's okay. Like, don't feel guilt attached to that. That would be the energies that you guys may feel. All right. So allow yourself to take a break. Yeah, and especially a mental break as well. So like some of you, if you have been like fiery ambitious and it's just like, oh my gosh, and feeling burned out, it's like definitely take a mental break here. Yeah, Three of Swords. Oh my gosh. Because remember, we're looking at current energy, not what's going to come from the solar eclipse. We're looking at your current energy. Ace of Wands. Okay, there we go. All right. And the moon. Wow. And that's what we're in right now with this moon cycle. Okay. The High Priestess underneath the deck. Yeah, I feel like some of you are in the spiritual arts or want to be. All right. You know, that could be too. Wanting to move into the spiritual arts or something along those lines. So you need a practical plan. For sure, with that other card that was here. Okay, so yeah, I would say this is like service burnout. That's what I am seeing. So it's like you guys may not be feeling like, oh yay, the eclipse, you know, oh I'm so excited, so many great things coming in. You know, you guys might be more like burned out and that sort of thing with this. So the moon is a very it's Piscean energy, right? So it's very like subconscious, you know, kind of energy that can be almost kind of like, it can be a little depressing and all that sort of thing. But it's only depressing because like the moon is a card of when we can't see all of everything that's laid out before us. I mean, think about it, right? The sun, when the sun is out, we can see everything. You know, we can see pretty far too. You know, we can see very far down the path or down the road, or, you know, if we're walking in the city, we can see really far. But when the moon is out, it's like all we see is sort of like silhouettes of things. You know, nothing's like super bright and clear. So it makes it a little bit more, I don't know, sus, you know, to walk, you know, because it's like we can't, you know, gauge things. But that's part of our life. You know, the life can't be the sun 24/7. All right. We would burn out. So it's okay that like the path isn't always super illuminated for us. You know, I mean, we need to have, you know, that type of balance. So there's something here about not letting, I can tell you're really wanting to be ambitious and start something new. All right. It's interesting. This says travel on this Ace of Wands. And you have the card of safe travel right here. Oh, and beauty. Some of you may be wanting to do like a beauty change also, or channel, or, you know, blog or videos, something like that. But anyway, it's like I do feel like you do have like you're yearning for something new and some travel and some things like that. I do feel like that can absolutely happen for you guys. But it's like you're burning out from too much like service without having a plan of how to move it towards prosperity. So this would be an excellent time for you guys to work on how to take what you do have in spades, obviously, right? And move that into a prosperous self-care, right? Because you can be in service to others all day long, but if you're not in service to yourself, you know, that's going to be a tough go. So start focusing balance between these two things. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. And if it comes to relationships too, if this is more about relationships for you, it's the same message. It's like putting too much, into the other person and then expecting them to give you recognition for that, but they're not. It's imbalanced and it's just going to break your heart, right? So, and then keep you in this sort of confusion, like we were talking about, just the silhouette of things, not really knowing where you're going with this person. So I would say then don't be an overgiver in relationships. Make sure they're giving too, because otherwise that's going to be a big imbalance that could drag on for a really long time and leave you unsatisfied, okay? And them really in the long run. Okay. Now we are on to Gemini. Hey, Gemini, let's see what's going on for you. Tell me about Gemini, please, and this solar eclipse, please. Solar eclipse energy. What does Gemini need to know? Believe in the impossible, Gemini. Oh, all right. Don't let pride get in your way at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Believe in the impossible. Wow, that's really nice. I'm digging that for you. Okay. So this would be an excellent time to manifest. Okay. And, or if you've already been manifesting, like start believing in it, like for real, you know, like don't overdo the manifestation then just, if you've already been manifesting, then this would be an excellent time to just start then believing, expecting, you know, that kind of thing. All right. Tell me what Gemini, what type of energy does Gemini need to not like engage in or focus on too much with this solar eclipse, and then what do they need to? All right, so what do they not need to give too much time to or anything like that? Okay, thank you. All right. Envy. Okay. And what do they need to move toward? Gemini, please. Okay, health, interesting. And I feel like these too. I'm just gonna take, I'm not gonna put them down, but I am gonna take a look. We got friendship and creativity. All right. So for some of you, I feel like this is some of your messages. All right, some of you might be on the 14th also for your birthday. But anyway, we have creativity and friendship here that are also for some of you. If it's not this one, then it could be that. All right. So let's see. So the envy card says, I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges. All right. So definitely, moving away from like envying, like, well, everybody else seems to do this and that and manage just fine, why can't I, like moving away from like that type of energy, because everybody's got different challenges. So it's like somebody could look at you, in other words, and go, oh my god, how does Gemini do this, that, and this and that and this and that and still be okay? So you never know like how people view certain situations. So, and chances are there's a lot of truth to that, because Geminis, nobody can be harder on themselves than a Gemini. And it's like, honestly, you probably are more of the envy of people than you realize. All right. Because it's like, not everybody can just do all the things that you can do. So give yourself more credit in that respect, I would say. And understand that you may have different challenges than somebody else. All right, so what looks easy to them may not be, or maybe they had a lot of things they had to do to get there, that kind of thing, right? And so not focusing on that so much, and start believing in the amazing, the impossible, or what you feel is impossible. Health is something to move toward. All right, so moving that chi around, right? Doing some yoga, because the way she's stretching right out her body makes me think of like that chi energy able to flow now. Because when we're not doing circulation exercises, then we get blocks. So it's like, definitely do some good circulation type exercise. If you already run, or you already do whatever, go to the gym and stuff like that, that's awesome. Keep doing that, but also don't negate things at like tai chi or some light yoga, hatha yoga, something like that also. All right. Okay, so yours doesn't look like it's anything too earth-shattering here. I think that this is really good sign, Gemini, of saying that I don't think this is going to be like a heavy lesson kind of eclipse for you that's going to bring massive change into this positive, that kind of thing. I think it's saying like, this is time for you to manifest. All right. And because these things don't look like they're that difficult. They're not like big psychological trauma things to heavy emotional things or stuff like that. So I think this is really, this could be a good time period for you to really focus on yourself, getting yourself healthy, and like really believing in some amazing things that could happen for yourself here. Instead of being envious of those things, believe they can happen for you. Why not? Okay, so let's see. What's going on for Gemini, please? How about current energy, though? So now we're just going to look at current energy for you for the solar eclipse time. All right, tell me about current energy. What does Gemini need to know about current energy solar eclipse? Page of Cups and the Fool card. All right. This card is calling out to me for some reason. All right, some of these. All right. Strength. Six of Cups. Okay. What is the one? There's something in here that needs to... Oh, it's that one. Okay. Temperance. Okay. Oh, the Devil, right? And Ace of Swords. Okay, cool. All right. This is a time to get really, really clear on some things. You have the High Priestess underneath the deck. Okay. So this is good. You're going to start getting in touch with your own thoughts and your own intuition. And I feel like you're going to be... yeah, this is a really good time for some... If there's been something that you possibly partake in too much lately, with the devil and because temperance card can sometimes be a little drinky to me, not always, and no judgment, no criticisms or anything like that. But it can, when it's next to the devil card, it can remind me of that. But it can be a lot of different things, all right, where there's too much of, in a not so healthy way, the devil card. So this can represent drinking, or, you know, something along those lines, too much of it, needing to temper that out a little bit. Or it can mean like emotionally, like too many emotions that are unhealthy or something like that, needing to balance the emotions, which is actually more of what this eclipse is about, really, at its core. So it's like with the devil card here, I feel like this is an excellent opportunity for you to get very clear with that, because the Ace of Swords, it says success, change, decisions, action. The Ace of Swords is very swift, decisive, clear mind thinking, and it's like a victory card, a victory over your mind. So I do feel this is an excellent time to get really clear in the mind about what it is you really want to start doing now. I feel like you guys are going to get like a boost of like positivity towards really taking care of yourself and empowerment. That's what I feel like this time period is about for you. And no longer like wishing this or wishing that, or, you know, seeing others and, oh, I wish I was like that, or, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like, I feel like you are going to be pretty strong in this category. The Page of Cups and the Fool card. Yeah, this looks like light energy to me. Keeping things light, fun, you know, believing in the magic of love, but having fun, being willing to take like new leaps of faith, new starts, things like that. Just fun things though, keeping things light. I don't feel this is a heavy time for you. So it's like, if you are in a heavy energy, like maybe it's time to, you know, get more into this energy of believing in the impossible, and then focusing on your, almost all the time, I swear, like, you know, if I'm like kind of getting into that way too heavy, you know, Stella energy, it's like, if I just go out and exercise and do some stuff, I'm feeling like a million times better just from like taking a walk or something, right? So something about that. But I think for most of you, this is a good period, a good transitional time. I think with the Strength and Six of Cups, also you did have creativity. Yeah, this would be like that, where that comes in, the creativity and friendship. Oh yeah, and you have healing here as well. All right, so I do feel like because Six of Cups can be like a friendship card, all right? So I do feel like there's part of you that, like it says childhood, you know, stuff like that, where you can kind of tap back into that energy of youth, and where everything was a little bit more innocent, I would say, because that's going to help you temper like this devil energy of like temptation, fear, you know, too much of something, and bringing balance into that. So it's like, find strength in your either in your like friends, or like connections that are more nostalgic to you. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. So it's like those are like where you can find more strength, or the inner child of you. All right, that can be the nostalgia too, is finding your strength from like when you were younger. What did you believe, you know, what did you want to you know, impossibly achieve, you know, that sort of thing. So anyway, I see a lot of health, healing, maybe a new friend. Also, you guys may meet a new friend, all right, and they could be a past life connection, all right, that will help you with your strength, because the Six of Cups can also mean a past life person or a past life connection. So some of you may be meeting a new friend that brings out this new friend that's really from a past life, right? But it's bringing out this creativity or something along those lines. Just again, be careful not to get tempted by anything too dark, or too much partying, too much this and that and the other, right? It's like, get real clear on who you are and stick with that. Okay? All right, so that is Gemini. We're on to Cancers. Okay, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for Cancers, please. Tell me about Cancer and the solar eclipse energy. What do they need to know? Cancers. Don't let your past hold you back. All right. Do not let your past hold you back at this time in this, well, never, but, in this energy especially. Okay, and let's see. Oh, hold on. I got to put these cards back because we already used these in the other reading. Okay. All right, Cancer. So let's see. Now we're going to pull a card for like what really not to engage in. And then we're going to look in like what to move more toward in this solar eclipse. Sometimes this is a positive card here, so it doesn't necessarily mean don't engage. Well, we'll talk about like what it means. All right. So let's see. Tell me about Cancer. What is it that they should not really be engaging in too much with here during this solar eclipse energy? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I see where that's going. Okay. And what should they be moving toward? Healing. Okay. And imagination. Okay. All right, some of you have been giving way too much like thought or what have you to like, what am I here to do? What does it all mean? What do I need? I feel like I'm supposed to do something, but I don't know what it is, or, something along those lines. So it doesn't mean, obviously, that you just forget about your purpose in life or anything like that. This is just saying, though, that it's time to heal this like cycle, because I feel like some of you, that is what is holding you back. So it's like, and I do see that a lot. I see that, as a tarot reader for many years, and I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in a lot of other people's lives that I've just, been engaged with, in my friends' circles and, things like that too, where people can get really hung up on this and then they don't do anything. Like, what's my purpose? I don't know what I'm here to do, So it's like, the thing is, our purpose isn't necessarily always this big grandiose thing. Sometimes it is, some people, yep, they're here. They're the Mozarts of life, right? The Beethovens of life, whatever. And they just, it comes at an early age. They know what they're supposed to do. They do it. Boom. Okay. That's not for the most of us. All right. For the most of us, that isn't the case. So the thing is, it's like, it doesn't need to be. So a lot of times what I like to express for this is that it's not like I said, about some big grandiose purpose. It's more about, what is your purpose now? What is your purpose today? What is your purpose, right in front of you at this time? So is your purpose to help a family member? Is your purpose to be a good friend right now? Is your purpose to help someone achieve something? Is your purpose to work this job and get some skills so that you can do something else? You know what I'm saying? It's like, looking at our purpose in a grandiose way is the surefire way to waste a life in dreaming. All right, I can vouch for that one, because I used to fall into this very much so. And because I was sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. It's like, there was a lot of things I felt like I could do. Well, guess what? I never really stuck with one. So, that's the thing. I'm finally doing that now, thank God. But it's like, that bandwagon can, of thinking that there's some grandiose purpose that you need to fulfill is not, that's going to waste more of your time and make you less fulfilled than ever. So look at your purpose more as, what is it now? And because that is an honorable way of approaching things. And honestly, it's probably a more realistic way of approaching things. So unless you were born with like some massive, undeniable skill, that you were a child prodigy at like, age 10, and that's, chances are you're not watching this tarot reading, right? Those are the rare people in life. And for some reason, media, things like that, tend to make us all feel like we need to find this grandiose purpose. And see, that's the game, because that's not it. The grandiose purpose is this. It's the day-to-day. It's, how do we choose to act today? Right? So it's like, don't let your past hold you back. Like, well, I should have done this with my life. I knew I had talent in this and I didn't develop it, or I didn't go for it, or, none of that. Let all that go. All right. No more of that. Heal that aspect within yourself so that you can move forward here. And get more into like imagining and yeah, inspiration. Oh, and look, Libra energy, that is this eclipse. Okay. So it feels like your job, Cancer, is to, not feel like, oh, I missed out on that, I could have been married to that person, or oh, I could have done this in my career, or oh, I could have been a great fill in the blanks, it's like could have, would have, should have. No, heal that. Candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. Okay, so now let's get started on what the tarot has to say as far as current energy. So let's see what we have for you, Cancers. All right, tell me about Cancers, just current energy now for Cancers in this solar eclipse. Yeah, there you go, right? See, that's kept you tied up and bound for way too long. It's time for you to start like manifesting. Yeah, wow, in a different way. Oh, I like this so much. This is awesome. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. I think he is just the cutest little Three of Pentacles. I don't know. Something about that card. I'm just like, hello. I know it's just like a caricature, but can I find a caricature hot? Is that okay? I don't know. Okay, let's see. All right. So let's see what we have going on here. So we have 3 and 3. I love it. Okay. So yeah, I think this message is pretty accurate for a lot of you guys. I feel like you guys have been like keeping yourself trapped, by and like blinded and mummified, with these like thoughts of just feeling trapped and frustrated, with trying to find this or find that, or feeling like something's missing, that whole thing that we can all go through. I feel like it's been a tough eclipse period of time for you, maybe longer. So with the 9 of Cups here, this is more about like manifesting new energy here, manifesting your way out of like this feeling of trapped energy here. It says on here, some of the keywords it says, happiness, vitality, optimism, joy. What's funny is when I saw that word joy, the way it's written, it almost looked like a B, and I saw the word job. So you guys may be manifesting like an amazing job, all right? But it does say joy, happiness, vitality, optimism, right? So it's like that is where to be in that energy, we can never find any purpose when we're like stuck and trapped and in like mental fear holding us back. So instead, we need to be the 9 of Cups, which is optimism and joy and all that good stuff. So, I mean, look what a difference this is that you are currently like going from the 5 of Pentacles to the 3 of Wands. The 5 of Pentacles is when we feel lonely, abandoned, cold, nothing's working, everything sucks, money might suck, or just loneliness, or abandonment, kind of deeper issues, things like that. The 3 of Wands is now she's putting on the binoculars and looking towards an optimistic, she sees it's out in the distance, or he, all right, whichever, sees it's out in the distance. But it is much more of a card of being optimistic about what you see out there in your future. So it's like going from, instead of feeling like cold and alone and, all that sort of thing, it's like start putting, the binoculars, you can focus, right? And you can hone in on what you want to see down, it looks far away, but when you put it in the binoculars, it gets closer and closer. So it's like a metaphor, I feel, that some kind of partnership, I feel, is coming in for you, quite frankly, is what I see. I feel like you're going to, like partner with someone. So that could be romantically, it could also be, like literal, like in like work or something along those lines. Some of you guys are going to get news about like a new job, because I saw the word job on that card. Because you have the 9 of Wands too. So I definitely see that you guys are really burned out, and I feel like just in the right like time, like someone is going to, I'm very hesitant to say this because I don't want to give it the vibe of, oh, here comes your knight in shining armor to save you, because it's like that never I'm not gonna say never happens. I mean, that can happen, but what I want to say is like that's never like the answer. All right, we always want to know that we can do things. We can be our own savior, and no one can technically come in and solve all our problems or anything like that. All right, so it's not like that, but I do feel like someone is coming in as a partner for you. So that could mean financially, or it could even be like a roommate or something like that. All right, or it could be a romantic partner, or it could be like a business venture or business partner is what I'm getting. So I feel like you guys are going to get news of that over this season of the solar eclipse, and I feel like it's going to ease a lot of burdens here is what I'm getting. So I would say just keep working on these things, not focusing too much about worries and worries and worries and what should have been, could have been, and all those, and start like putting the binoculars on to like see what else is out there. And I feel like you are going to be pleasantly surprised. All right, that's what I feel like this is going to turn into more than it looks right now. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Cancers. We're on to Leo. Okay, Leo. Let's see what the message is for Leo, please. Leo. Solar eclipse energy for Leo. Oh, it's me. I'm holding the deck in reverse. Okay. Oh my God. And it's Leo. How cool is that? All right. Don't let pride get in your way. You are good enough. Okay. Underneath the deck. Okay. So let's see what else we get with this message. All right. So, don't let pride get in your way. All right. Let's get a little bit more and see what to, like, don't be too proud to like do something. I feel like the message is to do something interesting. So in other words, sometimes we can let that hold us back where we feel like, well, I'm not going to be the absolute best at that, so I'm not even going to try, or something along those lines. Like I remember that's when I first learned how to play guitar. I didn't learn how to play guitar, like electric guitar and stuff, until I was like 30. And I remember like when I'd get frustrated with it, I'd be like, what's the point? Why am I even learning this? It's like we already have 50 million, Neil Youngs and Jimmy Pages and, Jimi Hendrixes in this world. What's the point of me learning to play guitar? Like I'm going to take on the world, right? But that's not the point. The point is that all of those three guitarists I just mentioned are extremely different and bring something completely different to the music world, right? Even if they're in the same genre, it's like Neil Young is like one of my absolute favorite guitarists, but he's not really considered like a guitar virtuoso by any stretch of the means, right? So, but it's his creativity that works for him. He uses different things, or the Frips, who are completely out there with their tunings and stuff like that. We need different types. So don't let something stand in your way where it's like, well, I'm not going to be the best at that, so why should I even try? I feel like that is more of what the message is, but it could apply to anything. Okay, so humor, interesting. Okay, so we already got your card for this. Let me pull one more and then we'll talk about the rest of your message, and then we'll get into the tarot to get like a current message for you. Okay, so what should Leos be moving toward? Okay, success. Well, there you go. Yeah, study underneath the deck. Like you can be very good at something. Some of you possibly you want to be like comedians or I don't know, something like that. But here's the thing though, because this is in the position of like what not to engage in right now. That doesn't mean forever or anything like that, but it's more of like what not to give so much attention to, and this is what to give attention to. So it doesn't mean that we completely strike humor from from our personality or anything like that, but it's like possibly a lot of people, and I could see this with Leos, a lot of people use humor as like that, what is that, what's that word, that phrase, self-deprecating or whatever. So if you tend to do that, like, don't do that, kind of thing, like that's not like the energy to be in. In fact, it's more of like promoting your success rather than, hiding, behind like humor in some way. Okay? That's what I'm getting. All right. Also too, like if some of you have been just like, oh, life is just weird. Life is just this, life is just that, and not taking things too seriously as a mechanism, then it's time to possibly drop that for a while, and because that may be like a more of a defense mechanism and an excuse to not focus yourself towards success. Okay. All right. So let's see what your current energy message is for you, Leo. Okay. So what is the current energy for Leos in this solar eclipse phase here, please? The current energy part of it for Leos. Mm-hmm. King of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Pardon me. I see. Oh, and the Empress underneath the deck. Boom. That's success. Okay, so I see two different types of messages here. So I see there's a romantic message, and I see that there is a work and career message. And there may be others too, but those are the two I'm going to focus on. All right. So I'm going to take work and career first. Yeah, you had study underneath the deck, didn't you? Let me see. Am I right in that, or am I imagining that? Where'd that deck go? Hold on. Oh my God, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, study. Okay. All right. I feel like for many of you, okay, for career message, I feel like there's this yearning for like a stable home. All right, like home. And whether that means with someone, like a relationship, all right, romantically, or maybe it just means with, a partner in some form or fashion. That can be like a roommate, a good friend, whatever. It's like there's some sort of pattern here of not reaching that pinnacle. So I do feel like maybe some of you, you possibly, it could go either way, like where you moved around a lot, so never have had that stability, or the opposite, like your parents were like at one place forever, and it's like, but you can't seem to achieve that, or something like that is what I'm getting here for some of you. And for some reason, this is tying into your work and career and like how you are successful. um I do feel like that you guys do have like a lot of knowledge, and like you do have like I see this as like climbing the ladder, and even it's more like kundalini stuff or whatever, but it like deeper metaphysical stuff, but it's like I see it as climbing the ladder. And I feel like there's someone who can be a mentor for you or show you how to climb the ladder in a way, but it's like, but then study that. Study how did this person climb the ladder. So it may not even be like a mentor that's like in your energy that you're physically connected to. It may be someone you're just energetically connected to. So in other words, like if there's something that you're trying to accomplish in like an entrepreneurial way, with the King of Wands here, or just any type of career kind of way, then it's like, how did this one like climb the ladder? Because the Hierophant is like a teacher. So I feel like there's like a teacher who can show you how to do that. But it's like, but then needing to actually study that. Because I feel like some of you are inspired by like this person, or it may not even be one person. It could just be a whole genre of people, right? But then it's like not being applicable, like not applying what they are actually teaching. So it's like, then that's why things don't go anywhere or something along those lines. So the King of Wands is doesn't get to be a king by like quitting or or giving up, or oh, that's too much to learn, or something like that. The King of Wands is very ambitious and motivated and a go-getter type of energy, king or queen, doesn't matter. So it's like, this is more about like really being motivated, and also to keeping a high standard for yourself. All right. And the little bird whispering into the ear too, on that side, it's like listening to your intuition and the messages you get via your intuition, and then acting on those. As long as those actions are in line with like your standards, your wisdom, you are honoring, the message in a positive way. All right. So there's something about being inspired, but then giving up on actually like studying what needs to happen for in order for you to take it and run with it. And yeah, so I get also too that there could, some of you might be watching that Gemini reading too, because I think there could be a little bit of envy involved in this as well. So if you were watching the Gemini placement, double up on this message, I feel also. But it's like, yeah, there's definitely something here about needing to study something more. That's what I see. To get that like final closure with something so that you can start your enterprise, whatever that may be, whether it's moving up the corporate ladder or if it's starting your own business. So there's definitely an energy here of not giving up on something, studying it, seeing it through, being inspired by others who have climbed the ladder, and actually gleaning, that, and giving full attention to the information that they do give you, because it is valuable. Okay, so there's that for the career message. If it's romantic love, this looks like a little bit of a complicated situation, quite frankly. So I feel the first thing off, I do feel with this solar eclipse, is that many of you are going to recognize, like, if you are in anything that is a situationship with the Seven of Swords, the Hierophant here, this can definitely indicate like third party or things of that nature. I feel like this is absolutely a time to not accept little Page of Pentacles communications and things like that. It's like, if they are not coming toward you as a King of Wands, which is again motivated, with honor and with some good standards, things like that, then it's not ever going to turn into this beautiful, harmonious marriage relationship, right? If they can't come toward you with those intentions. So I feel like many of you will be putting an end to some sort of situationship where maybe it's been communication, but that's about it, not really like spending time together or getting together, things like that. If there's no situationships involved and you're not in any sort of long distance thing where you're not really sure if they're married or not, or a direct third party, if you're like more single or something along those lines, then this is definitely a time to um, be open to different types of people, for yourself as far as being single. Also, too, not relying solely on your humor, but when you go on dates and things like that, right? None of that like self-deprecating humor, or whatever that phrase is. It's like more of like presenting yourself in like a Nine of Pentacles kind of way, a very strong, independent, but wanting to be open to relationships and things like that too. We don't want to be so aloof that we don't look open to things either, right? So, but standing in, showing up in a successful way, and holding your head high, walking into the room with confidence, things like that. I feel like you will attract this King of Wands. King of Wands will pursue you. So this is definitely not a chasing thing where you're chasing them, right? They will pursue you. So I do feel like that message is in here as well. I do think that some of you will be ending communications with someone who you're going to see during the solar eclipse is not what you're looking for, or in alignment with the kind of relationship harmony you are looking for. So I feel like you are going to be more motivated towards new new dating, new meeting somebody new, that sort of thing. And I do see that there is someone coming in here. All right. So that's what I have for Leo. All right, we are on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, let's see what the message is for you. Solar eclipse message for Virgos, please. Okay, look at the bigger picture and be bold and make the first move. I have 2 cards for you. Okay. Look at the bigger picture, be bold, and make the first move. And they're even kind of the same color. Isn't that intriguing? Okay. All right, so let's get a little bit more before we analyze what's going on here. All right, so let's see. So tell me about Virgo, please. What is the energy that they need to not really be focused on at this time? What is the energy that they can take a break with, or need to cleanse away, or, you know, regardless of whichever it is? Okay, thank you. And what will they be moving toward? Okay, pride is at the bottom of the deck, by the way. Okay, and what will they be moving toward for their benefit? What is best for them to move toward? Okay, wow. All right, your cards came out quick. Psychic protection, intriguing. Okay, let's see. So let's see what's going on here. Freedom. So some of you may, I feel like this is about romantic love, is what I'm sensing. And I feel like some of you have been very guarded and been, and possibly like convinced, and there may be some truth to that too, you know, but possibly a little too much, convinced yourself that, like, oh, I'm going to create my own happiness. I don't need somebody else. I don't need, you know, a man, or I don't need a woman, or I don't need a partner, or, you know, something like that. And it's like, I do feel like that's not necessarily the case, but you possibly do need to set some really good boundaries. So I can see why you may have gotten into this energy, because you may have had like something where you felt like you just had to shield yourself from a situation or a string of situations, you know, something along those lines. And so that may have like kind of turned you off of like romantic situations. But I feel like this is not just feeling like you will always be alone, or taking things like that, like only you alone can handle it, or something like that. Look at the bigger picture, be bold, make the first move. And I also feel, though, as long as it's towards the right types of connection, so really listen to your psychic instincts. Okay, don't make first moves towards people that are a pattern for you, that have, you know, like, that you can just instinctively know, like, this isn't going to go anywhere, and this is going to cause me pain, and sure, it'll be a nice distraction for a while, but, you know, so stay away from those types of connections, and set good boundaries in that way. But I do feel like this is saying like you are protected, so go ahead and be bold and make that move, because this is a card of being protected. Around me now, a shield of gold, protecting me, strong and bold. So it's like you have like this protection right now to go ahead and make a first move towards someone. You're not going to be wounded and shot down and hurt, and, you know, that sort of thing. Okay. Because some of you, I feel like you've kind of given up on love, and have convinced yourself that it's okay to, which, again, there's nothing wrong with being alone and being fulfilled and self, you know, realization, yeah, all those types of things. But when it's not, when it comes out of a protective mechanism, then it's not authentic. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there. All right, so let's get to the tarot and let's see what your current energy message is. All right, so tell me, what is Virgo's current energy message? Virgo, please. Current energy message. Okay. Oh, that tower. Whoa. Okay. Oh my God. And you have a, oh, wow. You have a yes at the bottom. This is this is really cool. All right. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Mother Star card, and it is unique to this deck. So it is not the Star card because you have the Star card as your next card. Okay, so there's the Star, here's the Mother Star. So it's like these are excellent energies. So you have a definite yes. There's extra cards in this tarot deck, and one is a yes and one is a no. You got the yes card. So at the bottom of the deck after with this tower, and the next card after the tower is the Star card, which is like wish fulfillment or some sort of healing that you much needed healing from any kind of towers. So this is a really, oh my God, the next card, the Lovers. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna say I feel like you guys are some of you have a Sagittarius. Also, Sagittarius is highly figured in your reading, but just intuitively, you have different signs here. You have Aquarius, Gemini, Scorpio, Aries, all right, as well. But you have Sagittarius here, and I feel like Sagittarius is definitely a sign that could be coming forward for you. Okay, so Virgo, what I'm seeing is definitely listening to your intuition at this time, because that is what is going to turn the wheel. The High Priestess into the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Right? I mean, that is absolutely a great, strong combination of, if you do listen to your intuition and you do revive your heart. I see the skull in the heart with the third eye. So I feel like your reading is definitely about reviving like your love, your heart, that things could happen for you. Things could turn the wheel with this Wheel of Fortune here. Okay, so looking at the bigger picture, there's someone out there for you. There is. And let me see, wait, what do you have here? Yeah, because it's Seven of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. All right. That's why I think it says be bold and make the first move, because I feel like there's, and I'm going to say especially if you are a masculine, all right, with this reading, because that doesn't mean it's not also if you're a feminine, all right, if you're a feminine, I think that someone will be coming towards you quickly, but then you can make the first move too, all right, it is saying that, but please remember this is a general tarot reading, so never be like talked into something that doesn't feel right for you. All right, you got to make sure that this is confirmation of your intuition as well. All right, in a general reading like this. So, but yeah, because Knight of Swords is swift moving action. All right. And I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, there's this energy of sort of like waiting. Like there's this feminine energy of like waiting for something to happen and feeling like something's going to happen. And then boom, something happens. Knight of Swords Tower coming at you in a quick moving energy. So I feel like with the Tower, first of all, too, if you guys have anyone that is being abrasive with you in any way or anything like that, you've got hella protection. So if they're trying that, I think they're going to be met with some interesting energies. Okay, so it's like I do feel like you guys are protected, because the Knight of Swords and Tower can also be something very combative, all right, also argumentative, something like that. But again, it's like I feel like you are planting seeds, and it's like if something can't be, yeah, because some of you, like if you have your own business or something like that, and it's like somebody's coming after you combative or something like that, the thing is, don't let that like falter you, because A, you are protected, all right, absolutely. B, it's like you are just doing your job. You're planting the seeds so things can grow. So it's like, you are doing the work. You are putting in the labor, the work, the labor of love, right, to grow things. So if someone is coming towards you impulsively or negatively, then it's like there's this current energy also of you being protected. Okay. Do look at the bigger picture though. Do try to see what they are saying. All right. But it's like also don't let someone like bully you into something either. It's like be bold, make moves that you need to make. All right. So there's that message. But for most of you though, I feel like this is romantic love and that there's somebody coming in here like a lightning bolt with the Knight of Swords and the Tower. And I feel like it can be a really, really good, strong connection for you. Okay. So I do see that there's definitely a motivational energy to what's going on in your current energy with the high priestess going into the wheel of fortune. So as long as you are listening to your intuition and moving things in a positive direction, as long as you are not over manifesting or like, oh my God, when's my dream person coming in? That kind of like, as long as you're not over watering your garden, right? I feel like things are going to really start coming together for you in a very positive way. And I do feel like you have a very sweet connection coming in here. All right. That's what I am seeing. A very healing and sweet connection. All right. So that's what I see for you, Virgo. So we are on to Libra. Okay, Libra. Whoop, wow. Well, that was quick. Okay. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Well, that makes a lot of sense because it's your birthday season. B, it is your eclipse. So, and look underneath balance, spirituality, and practicality. And that is very much what this eclipse is about, even though this says Pisces, but it's still the Libra solar eclipse is about bringing things into balance. And it does have a lot to do with our spiritual nature and our fire, our motivation, right? So it's like you have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Beautiful. All right, let's get some more cards for you, Libra. All right, what is it that Libra should like not be giving too much like credence to right now? Doesn't mean forever, but like right now. What should they not be in this solar eclipse season? Okay. And guilt at the bottom of the deck. That's always a good one. All right. Not to invest too much in that, right? Okay. And what is Libra moving? What should they be moving toward in this solar eclipse season? Okay. Joy. Well, that came out really quick. Okay. Best possible decision is at the bottom of the deck. All right. So Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. All right, so you guys are on your way to making a really best possible decision. All right, what are you leaving behind? Oh, interesting. Balance. Okay, but it's not that. Okay, we'll talk about what that means. Okay, so this one's going to apply more to the actual mantra. So it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So I feel like that is the message of like what to not engage in. So as far as the judgment part of the statement. So of course we always want to engage in balance. That's what we just talked about, right? So but in order to bring a state of perfect harmony into your world, that needs to be done so without judgments, because when we start adding judgments to the mix, then it's like then we're playing judge and jury, right? And it's like there's always more to learn in life, and sometimes we can have a ton of wisdom, and we can have like a ton of great common sense, and we can have a lot of answers to a lot of things, but let's face it, we are students here on this planet. So, I mean, really the only masters, if you will, on this planet are rare and far between, and we're probably not even aware of them. They're probably in like caves in the Himalayas or something, right? I mean, I can think, like Paramahansa Yogananda, I believe he was like a master, right? But he was a student here also. Same thing with like Thich Nhat Hanh, a brilliant, very balanced, spiritual, wise man, but again, it's like you don't just like those are rare and few and far between, and we're all students, even them. So it's like otherwise we wouldn't be here most likely, right? So it's like that seems to be what it's about anyway, right, on our planet, learning things. So I would say this is more of like not judging things, by like certain criteria will help you to bring in more of balance. And that is possibly what has been going on with a tough cycle that you have been going through. All right, so if you've been going through a tough cycle, this may be part of, even though it may have nothing to do with, like, let's say if it's a tough money cycle, or it's a tough love cycle, or it's, you know, your relationship's just been on the rocks, or life is just throwing shit at you one after the other, or whatever. It's like, it may not seem like this would have anything to do with it, but this may be somehow at the root of some of those things. Because if we don't learn the lesson one way, then they're going to throw something else at us, you know, whatever they is, but, you know, universe, spirit, whatever, until we do learn. So when you're going through cycles where things just keep getting thrown at you one after the other, it's because there's something you're not seeing. So the universe is trying different ways of showing you the same thing. All right. So I feel like it is tied into possibly not feeling like you're, and I don't get it in an egotistical way. I want to make that clear when I say this, because it's like I'm not seeing it as ego, but I am seeing it as like some of you may be thinking like that your morals, ideas, you know, judgments about life and things like that are the way, and not understanding like more perspectives of other people's way. So, and you definitely have the ability to do that, being a Libra, right? You guys are, you know, known for like fairness and weighing things out. So that's when things would get out of balance for you, when there's not things being fair and weighed out. So like I would say quick judgments or speculation about like, well, if this person would just do that, then this would happen. You know, it's like that's not always the way it works for everyone else, because again, we're all students in this life. So each person has different unique things they are learning. So it may have something to do with that. And even within your own self, you may be judging your own balance too harshly. All right, which would be very Libra as well. So I feel like as you master that, this cycle is going to end for you that's been tough. And you're going to be entering and embracing joy. All right. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. All right. What a beautiful, beautiful card. Okay. Awesome. So let's get into a little bit more of like current energy, what's going on for you, current energy in this solar eclipse cycle. Okay. So tell me about Libra, please. Libra. What's going on for Libras? Current energy, solar eclipse. Oh, Virgo just had this the other way around. Interesting. Okay. The Hermit. All right, the wisdom. Okay. And wow, Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay. Seven of Wands. See, that will keep you... Okay, so this is definitely... And the Hanged Man is about seeing something from a different perspective. Intriguing. The Moon. Even if you don't have all the answers, that's okay. All right? It's like, yeah, I do feel like the answers are coming. There's a lot of things coming for you if this is seen. All right? Because I really feel like that's super important. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what's going on here. So you have an Emperor in the past, but you have a King of Cups in the current. You have a King of Wands coming in. All right, Libra. Yeah, no wonder you're joyful. Look at her. She's up. She's in bed going with the like head on the... Oh my God, what have I done? I've got too many kings in my life. Okay. Let's see what's up here. I feel like you guys have recently like put forth some kind of communication that will pay off in the future. I don't know what that is like if that is like, it might be about work or something like that. So some of you, in other words, you put in a resume like a little while back, you're going to get good news from that in the future. Or you've impressed your boss in some way, like a little ways back, and maybe you kind of forgot about it already, but they haven't. Something good is going to come from that. That's the vibe I'm getting. All right. I don't think this part is like love. All right. So I feel like that there's some good news that will be coming in based on something that you impressed someone in the past is what I am seeing. Okay. So I feel like that's a separate message. And so moving into this current energy, I feel like you guys are possibly way too invested, possibly in... No, I feel like someone's way too invested in you, maybe. King of Cups. King of Cups has like a lot of love to give. And it could just be worrying you, or like, God, I don't know. Do I love this person? I'm not sure. So I think there's this part of you that's like not sure. There is this like charismatic, warm-hearted, intuitive, empathic King of Cups around you. And it's like, I do feel like they want to, because they're looking towards the future. I do feel like they do want to keep coming toward you, see what's going on with you, get to know you, whatever, that kind of thing. Or if it's your current relationship, it's like they're not thinking about calling it Splitsville. You may be. Okay. So I do see that, because you have this single energy here of Nine of Pentacles showing up. But it's also, there's an avoidance of like not seeing the potential. So I feel like there's a part of you that like avoids seeing the potential that you could actually have joy in your life. That's what it is. Yeah. Because this seems a little more challenging. I feel like you have someone in your life that is not challenging, all right? And then you have someone in your life that is coming in, all right, with that King of Wands, that is like more challenging. And I feel like that scares you, all right? Because it's like the possibility that it could be very joyful. It could be, because the Hermit is shining a light on this, saying, hey, pay attention to this. Because the Two of Swords is when we do know something intuitively, but we don't want to see it. We don't want to face it. We don't want to look at it, and it's like, I do feel like there is someone that will be coming in that is more of what the dynamic of what you are looking to connect with. All right. I think you guys are looking for more passion right now rather than like somebody that you kind of already know is there, for you, kind of thing. So I do feel like there's some interesting choices that are going to be coming up for you. And I would say also too, with like that judgment and stuff like that, not to worry about being judged. Also, I think that that's part of your path as well, and be willing to allow yourself to express joy. Okay, that could be part of this too. If it wasn't that other thing, is not to worry about being judged. And, if something feels balanced to you and it feels right and it feels like it could be joyful, don't block that out and deny that within yourself. Okay, because the hermit is the wisdom, and it's shining the light on this, saying, hey, take that blindfold off, Libra. And it is a Libra card, the Two of Swords. Like, your choices, your decisions, they matter. All right, so choose joy. Don't be afraid of that. All right, so that's what I am seeing. So I feel like you guys have a little bit of some options coming into your near future, and maybe a few, because the Emperor could be an option, the King of Cups could be an option, that King of Wands I saw coming in can be an option. So it's like, I do feel like you do have options, but pay attention to anything, again, that comes from judgmental type energy, whether it be to yourself or to others, and allow like yourself to be balanced in joy. I feel like you need joy very much, and joy needs you. All right, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, So we're on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for Scorpio, please. What is the message? Solar eclipse for Scorpio. All right. All right. A new romantic cycle begins. And look, it's new moon in Libra, which is exactly what this solar eclipse is. So how about that? Oh my God. And look at the bottom of the deck is Scorpio, your card. It is time to release negativity. So intriguing. So you guys are definitely talk about some synchronicities here, because it is literally a new moon in Libra. That's what this solar eclipse is. And we, have that with your card, Scorpio, at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's get into this and see what other messages we have for you before we get to the tarot. All right, so what is it that Scorpio, what type of energy does Scorpio need to, kind of move away from, not focus so much on in this solar eclipse season, please? Thank you. And what do they need to be moving toward? What is more beneficial for them to move toward? Okay. All right, so let's see what we got. Change. And, oh my gosh, Scorpio. A new romantic cycle begins, and what should you be moving toward? Romance. My gosh. Okay, so you have this change card. So it says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So it's time to realize, Scorpio, if you want things to go in this direction, if you want to click on, your all signs romantic who's coming towards you reading, and you want to see romance coming toward you, right? Then, the only way we're going to see that type of stuff is if we are willing to engage and move towards that. All right. What we move towards is going to start meeting us halfway. And then eventually, it's going to collide. So it's there's definitely this energy here of, instead of just hoping for the cards to tell you there's a new romance coming, it's let's start moving in that direction. All right. Start changing how you look at romance and connection and all of those types of things, because this is very clear. All right. And super synchronicity, yes. I don't know how to say that word, but you get what I'm saying. Synchronicity. But there's a way to say synchronous or something. Anyway. All right. So let's see what the tarot has to say. So pretty clear message, Scorpio. If you're looking for romance, or even if you're not, I feel like it's coming in regardless, and nothing can really change in your life without growing or evolving towards moving towards it, right? Okay, so in other words, we don't find this by staying at home every single night and not being on dating apps and not talking to anyone. That's not going to happen then. Right, we need to actually make some sort of efforts and things like that. Okay, so let's see what the current energy message is for you in this solar eclipse. So this is your overall message. Let's see what your current energy message is for you in this current solar eclipse. Ah, your card coming out. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it is. Okay. Queen of Wands. Oh, yeah, you're going to be the attractor. That's for sure. Okay. So what do we have here? Seven of Wands. Knight of Swords, recent past. Current energy, Five of Wands and the Death card. Intriguing. Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and then Queen of Wands. I feel like you have a really interesting romantic partner coming in that's going to challenge the F out of you. I feel like you guys are going to be totally different. And I think this is actually going to intimidate you a little bit, Scorpio, which is, we don't get intimidated too easily, but I think this one will. This is someone who you will intellectually debate with quite frequently. They may be a Gemini. It's not a Gemini card, but I do see this as twins in a way, even though the Five of Wands is not designated to Gemini. But I am kind of getting Gemini vibes in a way. So, and we do have a Knight of Swords here. Doesn't have to be, but I don't know. I feel like you're going to be intellectually challenged with this person, but in a good way, but it may not appear that way at first. So I feel like when you meet this person, maybe you've met them already, I'm not sure, but in current energy here, but some of you are about to meet this person, and I feel like they definitely challenge like the way that you see things. And to the point, and I think you like them, but you're almost afraid to express like your opinions on things because you know like that is not their opinions. So in other words, it would be like in simple terms, all right, we can obviously take the political climate as an example. So maybe you are a diehard Democrat, they are a diehard Republican, right? Something like that, where it's like but you can't, like there's like an attraction there. All right. So let's just use that as an example. That is not what I think is going on here by any stretch of the means, but that's an easy example that we can all relate to. So it's like almost afraid though to, like, because you really like this person. So I feel like you're afraid to almost say, oh, I'm a Democrat, because like, they're a Republican and that's going to be like different. The thing is, don't be afraid. I feel like this is exactly what you guys will thrive with, is intellectual connection and debate. And also passion. All right. So I feel like both are there. I don't see the cups yet in this reading. So I don't think the emotional connection is quite developed yet. So I feel like that will come later with this situation. But I would say not to be like, to definitely come out of your shell and start expressing more of like who you are, your opinions on things, not in a opinionated, egoistic way or anything like that, but just, in a like clarifying who you are. Come out of a shell here and start becoming the Queen of Wands, the attractor, right? Because it's like it's going to work for you. I feel like you're going to attract romance left and right, Scorpio, if you see this about yourself, because there's been a conflict with you for a while, and it's time to like mend that conflict and start expressing yourself and letting your voice be heard, and not being afraid that people will run if you express this opinion or that opinion or something like that. Remember, there's a lot of rising sign Scorpios watching, or moon sign, so this may not be for all of you Scorpios, all right, but for some of you, I do think that this could be going on. Yeah, some of you may be like Geminis with like Scorpio moon or something like that. But either way, the message is clearly come out of a shell, speak your truth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. And it's like, I feel like you're going to be attracting, instead of like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to scare them off. It's like, no, you're going to be attracting this person or several people, or, something along those lines. So dating definitely looks like it's on the table for you here, Scorpio. All right. Let's see. That was Scorpio. We are on to Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what the message is for you, Sagittarius. Oh, okay. Oh, it's not in reverse. That's my cards. I was holding them in reverse. Okay. Confidence is your key to success. Oh, hold on. Hey, Sagittarius. Let's see. What is the message for Sagittarius, please? Solar eclipse message for Sagittarius. Take time to breathe out. Communication is key. All right. So this may be a restful time for you, so not pushing too much. It is air energy that this solar eclipse will be about. So fire and air are harmonious in the scheme of the elements, but it's like, it's not necessarily a time to push, and definitely take more time to mentally like process, balance before taking action. Okay. All right. So let's see, what is the energy or emotion or situation type thing that Sagittarius needs to not give too much attention to. And let's pull one of what you should be moving more into. Okay, what should Sagittarius be moving more into? Okay, studying. Intriguing. Okay, let me take a look here. Empathy. Interesting. So this doesn't mean like don't have any empathy or anything like that. All right. It says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. So instead of just automatically throwing your empathy into something, right? Like, oh, poor thing, and overdoing that and all of that sort of thing. Instead, take time to see sometimes there's a reason like people are going through things. So it's like, so we have to respect that process too. We can't just like, uh, in other words, like a lot of times, like when people are going through like suffering, like that I have known personally, even like very close, even family or, close friends, relationships, things like that. It's like, I'm not one to jump in and like, oh my God, please make it better for them and pray to God and, all that kind of stuff. All right. Sure. I would love to see success in like whatever they are struggling with or suffering through. However, I leave it very open ended when I do like pray or energetically, pray or something along those lines to leave it open for their highest, best good to come from their situation, because it's not always, of course we just want to help people with suffering, of course, but again, it's like we need to see both sides of a situation. There may be a reason they're going through the suffering in order to have a really intense catalyst that will help them in the long run to, overcome something that is more of a personal journey. So there's something about that I feel showing up here. Okay. So take time to breathe out. Don't be such an empath that you are draining yourself also. All right. And study, like spend more time like learning things. Sagittarius, right? Always the curious one, always the seeker. And that's why you guys have like wisdom in spades, because you are willing to be curious and to be a seeker. So, of course, you're going to gain a lot of knowledge along your life path journey. It says, let my mind be clear and strong. Wow. Yeah, that's what we talked about. Remember? It's like, let your mind be very clear and balanced before jumping into things. Let me study well and long. So take your time, really learn something, and dive into anything that can embed, like better your path through things. Okay. So let's get the tarot and let's see what the message is as far as current energy. Okay, Sagittarius, please. Tell me about Sagittarius. What is their current energy message? Oh, there is more cards. Oh, wow, the Magician and Strength. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I feel like many of you have been struggling with exactly like what the choices you want to make moving forward. That could be in a matter of a love situation. All right, like not sure if you want to revive something or keep going with a love situation, or just a choice in general. Like you guys aren't really sure, like nothing's really grabbing you or inspiring you, or hasn't been for a while. All right. And many of you are wondering, like, am I ever going to get out of this, like, trapped burden overload sensation or feelings that I've been going through? The answer is yes. Okay, the Mother Star is a card unique to this deck. This is not the Star card in tarot. That's a completely different card. This is called the Mother Star. There's 2 extra cards in this deck, and one has a yes and one has a no. So you have a yes here. And the Ten of Wands is a Sagittarius card. It is a card of, though, like having too many things on your plate, too burdened, feeling immobile, right? And like there's no, like you have all this passion that wants to come forth, but it's like, what do I do with it? Or, you know, I'm too burdened to actually follow my passion or something like that. You're going to have a breakthrough with this is in this solar eclipse season is what I feel at some point. All right. And it's starting to happen for you now because it's showing in current energy. So this is saying, yes, there is a way out. All right, there is a choice to be made. There is a golden cup just waiting for you to recognize it. All right, so that could be in love. Maybe you've been trapped in a dead-end relationship, and yes, there could be new love for you. Or maybe you've just been trapped in general, right? It doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be anything. So you have the Fool card and the Death card, wow, showing up in your near future. So this is absolutely about like reviving yourself. All right. Also studying. Some of you may find this year you may be studying like more heavily into like the occult arts or like deep psyche, you know, things like that could really appeal to you at this time. And it's like if you've been thinking about that type of stuff, the Fool card is definitely like taking a leap towards those types of things. The Death card is like Scorpio energy, so it would be things related to like deep mystery, occult, psychoanalyst, you know, type stuff as well. All right. So maybe like learning more about those things either within yourself or maybe learning to bring that to others and help others or something along those lines also. Or some of you, again, if it's romantic, you may be taking a leap of faith toward a Scorpio in particular. You have the Magician and Strength here, though. So I think this is more about like studying more about like, again, like the occult or but things that feel harmonious to you, right? You don't want anything that feels too inharmonious, right? Like pick things that feel like they are in line with you. That doesn't mean like you avoid all the darkness of stuff because that's part of a spiritual journey as well. But there's definitely something here with the Magician and Strength card that you guys do not possibly realize how strong a magician you are. And I always say this about Sagittarians. I feel like they are like more than like Scorpio or anything like that. They are the occultists. All right. Because it's like, to me, Sagittarius never fail to amaze me at their wicked insight. All right. When they say it, they usually hold it in and keep their thoughts to themselves. But when they say it, they really can, help people, you know, and it's like, I feel like you guys just have innate psychic ability. And this is like bringing that out is what I see. This is a time to bring that nature out within yourself. All right. And it does exist and it is there. And it is there for you to start wielding your strength. Look, the wand, like the Magician card is usually with the I forget what it's called, the thing pointed straight up. This is like pointing right over to this, your inner strength, your vision. All right. Your psychic vision can be your strength. So really hone those skills, I feel, at this time. Instead of just being a drained empath, learn about these things and how you can wield it into like energy that works in a more positive way for yourself and others is what I am seeing. And I do feel there is a romantic element to this as well, that you may be kind of moving towards a different type of romantic energy in your life also. I'm not sure what that means. I did hear, okay, I'll say I did hear coming out of the closet, all right, for some of you. I don't know why that came out, but that came out, all right, because the cards don't necessarily say that, although kind of. The Fool card could indicate that. So I see that for some of you, but even if it's not coming out of the closet or something as radical as that for you, it may be, not that that's radical, you know, I don't mean it to sound like judgment. I didn't mean it like that, but you know, that could be something very radical for someone, right? If it's not that, there's still something about romance in a different way that I'm getting for you. All right. So, very intriguing. Some of you may be good at making like little potions or spells or, you know, something like that. Again, I would urge to do things harmoniously though. All right. Not for greed or power or, you know, things of that nature, right? Okay. So that's what I have for Sagittarius. We're on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Let's see what the message is for Capricorn, please. Your solar eclipse message for our Capricorn friends, please. Okay. Nothing is yet set in stone, and conclusions are within reach. Okay. Confidence is your key to success. So that means like nothing's necessarily, like if you are thinking of giving up on something, maybe not. Nothing's yet set in stone, right? Conclusions are within reach. Or if you are wanting to go towards something, it's like, well, yeah, maybe that could happen, right? So this is a good energy to be in, actually. Because this is a great card. The conclusions are within reach. Some of you have possibly just been sort of like floating, you know, and not really feeling like there's any kind of like destined direction you should be going. Well, you may be receiving more direction soon also. Okay, so let's get a couple other oracle cards before we get into the tarot for your current energy. All right, so tell me for Capricorn and this solar eclipse season, what is it that they should like not really be indulging in at this time? Just at this time. Wow, a whole lot there. Okay, and what should they be moving toward? What should they be moving toward? Capricorns, please. Organization. Okay. All right, so let's see. Exciting stuff, right? Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh. Surrender in reverse. Fear and health. Okay, so surrender says, I can release my need to control. Oh, okay. So some of you may be too focused on health, diet, you know, that's good. It's not saying, oh, just go eat what you want and don't exercise or anything like that. All right, but moving away from doing those things out of the motivation based on fear alone. All right, needing to like control, like, oh wow, I didn't jog, you know, 10 miles today. That's terrible. I need to do that. You know, getting out of like that energy, or like, oh my God, I have to do this for my health because, you know, it's motivated by fear. Do it because it's motivated by like, you want to be healthy. All right. Like that kind of thing, and not letting love of self be your motivator, not fear of like what will happen if you don't do something. All right. That's what I feel that message is about. And moving toward getting more organized with things. So it says purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. So this may have been like a blockage in some kind of weird way that has held you back in some way of being more organized. So don't let fear like rule like anything going on. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. That's exactly, yeah, I swear I didn't even like read the card before, you know, I had mentioned, it's like, yeah, do things out of love before, rather than doing them out of fear. Okay. And health says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Okay. All right. So let's see what your current energy message is with this solar eclipse. Okay. So getting more organized looks like that is definitely on par for you. Okay, tell me about Capricorn, please. What is the message for Capricorn in current energy solar eclipse? Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. So is there one and more? No, there's three. Okay. Ah, wow. Justice. That's Libra. It is a karmic card, and this is a Libra solar eclipse. So, yay. All right. And then Ace of Wands. This is cool. All right, I'm digging this message for you. Okay, so recent past. All right, so we have the Moon, Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of like worry, especially like deep in the subconscious energy, because with the Queen of Wands wants to be attracting and go out there and take on the world and do new things and be inspired and all of that. But this energy is going to hold that back. The Moon and Nine of Swords. Feeling, like I said, I feel like some of you have felt like you don't really have like direction, and some of you could be fearful like about like health or something like that. That could be kind of, that's always something that's going to stand in our way. And any type of stress, anxiety can affect those things as well. So I think it's more like fear of the unknown that is showing up for you and kind of blocking your creativity. So that's why, like, if you just start getting like organizing things, that will probably put your mind on something else. That's probably why this is here. So it's not necessarily that, oh, you're so disorganized, Capricorn, and you have to get organized. It's, I bet you anything, it's like a universe trick to get you to focus on getting organized, because it's going to take your mind off of whatever has been blocking you. You know what I mean? It's like when you stub your toe, right? And it's like, ow, 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 my toe, my toe. But then, somebody, like pinches you or something, and you're like, wow, what'd you do that for? And now you're focused on this and not your toe. It's like that's what I see going on for you. Okay. So you have the Tower and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is kind of up to you. It's like, because I do feel like you are really ready for like a breakthrough. You're like, okay, I am ready for a tower, tear this effer down, and I want to move forward. Okay, the thing is, I feel like, yes, absolutely, you can. And this is the perfect cycle for you to move forward in some area of your life, whether it's attracting a partner in love, or if it's moving forward with just your life in general. All right. If you've had a sense of stuckness or lack of purpose or something like that, or work, career, any number of things can fit into this current energy reading. And the thing is, it's like, I do think that you are going to start realizing, like, wow, I do have the power of decision in my hands. And what I do decide is going to affect my karma, right? Because that's all karma is. Karma just means action. So based on our action, we can have good karma, or we can have bad karma. So it's like you are going to start like wielding more of the power of decision and having like some breakthroughs here in this current energy. So that is really good. And I feel like the main catalyst for this is exactly what this eclipse is about, which is because it's a Libra solar eclipse. So Libra is about partnerships, emotions, balance, and not just love partnerships, all kinds of partnerships, friends, family, work, all those things. Love, definitely, and becoming emotionally balanced. And that's exactly what these two cards are about. So temperance is about balancing emotions. The Eight of Cups is leaving this energy behind. All right. Realizing that that isn't getting you anywhere, and it's just causing like emotional upset and, turmoil and imbalance, and moving toward balance and harmony and putting an end to this MF and cycle. All right, that's what I see. So your read very much ties in to your emotional balance, changing, realizing what emotionally does not serve you, only moving towards harmonious emotions and balance, and allowing also like this cycle to end, you know, allowing that to happen, and also like fear, anxiety. All right, those have been your, that is why like things haven't been in flow. All right. So I do feel like you're going to realize now you have the power to make the decisions of emotionally leaving this crap behind, not worrying about these things so much anymore, balancing yourself and moving toward concluding this cycle. All right. So that's what I see for you. It looks like it's a pretty powerful cycle for you. So remember, focus on organization. I feel like that's going to take your mind off of those other things also. And there probably is a reason Spirit wants you to do this as well, because it's not just a distraction tool or distraction mechanism. I feel like it probably is very useful for you as well to, you know, get some things organized. Yeah, that can't hurt. Okay, so that's what we have for Capricorn. We are on to Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on for you. Aquarius, solar eclipse cycle. Tell me about Aquarius, please. I do feel it's that one. Okay. You are very close to achieving your goal. Expect powerful change. Yay. Okay. So you are very close to achieving your goal. All right. Now let's take a look, Aquarius, and see what needs to be like not paid attention to at this time. Like, don't give too much energy toward for Aquarius in the, okay. Thank you. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And what does Aquarius need to focus more toward? Focus more toward. Oh, wow. Justice. And this is like a Libra, because it's a card for Libra. It's not a tarot card, but that's the cycle we're in. We are in a Libra solar eclipse. So that is perfect. Okay. Oh, okay. Growth. Okay. So I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Okay. So I feel like this is about allowing, Aquarius. That's what I feel. I feel like some of you may be still feeling like, how do I want to say this? Like you want to be something more. You want to be something more. You want to be something more. Not in an egoic way. I don't get that it's ego based. But the thing is, I feel like you're only like kind of duty in this soul duty. I said duty. No, your duty in this solar eclipse is to allow things to start happening for you. All right. So it's like I feel like you've been pushing for to learn, grow more spiritually, or maybe there's if it's not spiritual, there's like a specific task or something or an achievement or goal that you've been aiming toward. I feel like it's saying stop putting the emphasis and the energy on that, all right? And instead, just accept and acknowledge like, hey, I am close to achieving my goal. Let this happen. Let justice, you know, balance this and allow yourself, because sometimes it's weird. People can get stuck in, like, let's say it's a business, like growing a business and growing a business, and they watch videos and they learn this and they take classes and they do these worksheets and workshops and this and that and the other, and they spend all their time doing that instead of actually growing the business. So I feel like let's put it in terms like that. So this could be in terms of a relationship, you know, or any type of situation in your life, but let's use that metaphor. So instead of putting more and more effort into growing, learning this, that, you know, the other, it's like, just realize like, okay, I have learned a lot and I'm like ready to achieve my goal now. You know, let it come in this cycle. Okay, so let's get the current energy message for you and see what's going on with the tarot. All right, so tell me about Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles is literally about receiving. Allow yourself to receive. Okay. All right. Also too, like if you guys do have like some kind of work or business or something like that where it's like you've been like climbing up the ladder, or you know, trying to climb up the ladder, or if it's your own enterprise, you've been trying to grow or something along those lines, again, it's like more of a matter of don't keep giving, like allow yourself to receive. Okay, for sure. Like now's the time to like start moving into the energy of, instead of wow, I still need to grow, I still need to grow, I still need to grow, move into the energy of wow, I'm achieving my goal, I'm achieving my goal, I'm there, I'm almost there, you know, that kind of thing. All right. And that can be in, again, like relationships or anything. Oh, the devil card. All right. And the sun. Right on. All right. That's what we're talking about. Hello, King of Wands. Okay. The Mother Star, yes. This card has come out in 2 other readings as well. I can't remember exactly which ones they were, but it's a very unique card to this deck. Okay, so this deck has 2 extra cards in it. This is not the star card that is Aquarius, all right? This is the Mother Star card, and there's 2 unique cards in this deck. One is a yes and one is a no. You have a yes here. All right, with the King of Wands, which is always like about good news and good things and stuff of that nature. So I feel like right now you still feel trapped. You still feel like burdened, weighed down, tired even. 10 of Wands can be just tired, burned out, you know, all those things. But the thing is, we're looking at current energy. The thing is, you are going to conquer some kind of devil, right, issue here, and the sun is going to like shine on you. So yeah, you have the 3 of Wands underneath the deck, which is very much a card of optimism. All right, it's about knowing and expecting your ship to come in. So it's a card about manifesting and having the right like optimistic attitude about like life in that way, knowing that things will work out. So there's definitely, and that makes sense with that card there. So yeah, I feel like you guys are still kind of like in a cycle here with the 10 of Wands. But again, I feel like by the end of this solar season, with this particular eclipse, and probably much sooner, you guys are going to be putting the devil like behind you. All right. So it's like you're not going to feel like you're carrying with you these fears and like obsessive mind on like one particular thing. You're going to be expanding direction and positivity. And with the King of Wands and the yes, I feel like this could either be a romantic relationship that you're going to say yes to, this pursuer, in the near future, or again, if it's business or something like that, then it's like this is saying yes, you're going to, you know, be achieving your goal. All right, this is a definite yes. It may not feel like that right now, but this is like saying this will happen in the near future. Okay, so that's short and sweet, and that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Beautiful, nice reading. Okay, Pisces. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Quick and easy. Love it. Okay, you are good enough. That shall be your mantra for this solar eclipse season. Okay, you are good enough. So that means no people pleasing, Pisces. All right. It's like, understand, like, you don't have to like keep giving to people in order for them to like see your value or your worth. It's like you are enough. You are good enough to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve here. Okay. So let's see. What should Pisces be leaving behind and not paying so much attention to in this solar eclipse time? What should they not be paying as much attention to? Okay. Relationships. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, and regrets underneath the deck. Okay. So right away, I see this as saying, it's not necessarily ignore relationships. Okay. Because we can't do that. This is saying to put this into practice. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. All right. Because we don't want to have regrets. All right. About like being able to change the past and things like that. So we can't change the past. So, but we can. And we can't dwell on that. Don't dwell on regrets and I wish I could change the past. Instead, it's like start working on being attracted to the people who serve your highest good. Okay, now let's see what you should be moving toward. What's Source wants you to move toward in the solar cycle, please. Confidence. All right. I like that. Confidence. That is a good message for you. Okay. So that's weird. I went for the Rider Waite deck. I have not used this deck at all through all of the other readings, but this is the one that called to me. So I'm going to use this deck. Okay. So what do we have? Current energy for the solar eclipse. So this is more like your message over the eclipse season. And now we're going to look at more like a current energy message for you. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light and burn higher. You are good enough. Aw, look at that. Definitely. Okay. Oh, I like that message. Okay, so tell me, what is the message for Pisces, please? Tell me about Pisces. Current energy solar eclipse message, please, for Pisces. Oh, okay. Interesting. Got a lot of people kind of showing up in your reading. So I do feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, a lot of people. All right, so let's see. Oh my God, seriously. All right. Like too many people, maybe. All right. Some of you are need to possibly put in work towards like some kind of actual physical work that could be very beneficial for you, like money wise. All right, like investing, putting money into something, learning about new things, or learning, like taking a skill or a talent that you have, and taking a leap of faith towards that. All right, because some of you clearly are like ending some kind of cycle here, or being kind of guided toward that. Let's see what the Hermit is pointing out. Okay, yeah, all right. So some of you, if you are a Queen of Pentacles to this King of Pentacles, all right, some of you may be feeling like you are not getting your needs met. All right, with the Five of Pentacles. So this could be, again, like a marriage, relationship, long-term relationship, or a third-party situation with this single female here, you know, something like that, where you're not getting your needs met. Or it might be about work and career, too, with these. So the Hermit is highlighting this, like, you know, take a look at this. It's like you are a Queen of Pentacles, so why do you feel like a Five of Pentacles? Left out in the cold, lonely, abandoned. You know, this is like kind of it can be a very depression oriented type card. Why are we feeling like that when we are not that? All right. So there's something to notice about that. And some of you, it could be with a King of Pentacles and an Emperor stuck in a third party where like a masculine is, this one doesn't leave. All right. They're not the type to leave a wife or leave a relationship. So like heads up there. All right. If you're kind of waiting on somebody to do that, instead, I feel like they're a Knight of Wands towards you, but they're not, they're a King of Pentacles and an Emperor to someone else possibly. So there's that message. Okay. You got a lot here. So I'm actually going to pull this up and then bring out another message because there's too many people here. I mean, we do have an Emperor and Empress. We do have a King of Pentacles, a Queen of Pentacles, but then we also have this like single female with a Knight of Wands. So it's like, it's too many complications. All right. So that alone is a reading. And and I will revert back to this. I am attracted to the people who serve my higher good. All right. So it's like, because it seems like there's too many cooks in the kitchen here or something where it's then it's like, so which is it? Are we a well-defined, a single independent person with a another single independent person, or are we trying to like be in a major marriage relationship or something like that isn't like, that's not there yet, kind of thing. So I would say like this looks like there's too many complications. I would say, in life right now. So to try to keep things more simple, I'm going to try and get another spread because it's too complicated. All right, like there's too many things, too many people showing up in this scenario. There could even be like children involved, things like that, you know, and it's kind of too much in this message. So let's see if we can narrow this down to a simpler message, please, Spirit. For current energy for Pisces, what is a more defined message for our Pisces out there, please? What do we have for Pisces? All right, tell me about Pisces, please. What is their solar eclipse current energy message? Thank you. Okay. Okay, Knight of Cups. Okay, so I do see some sort of communication coming your way. Could be a Cancer, doesn't have to be. We also have Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, and the Capricorn on the board. Does not have to be any of those signs. I do feel like there's an element though of tiptoeing around like what you are actually wanting to manifest. So I would say to break through any types of obstacles with your manifesting and be very clear. Like, yeah, didn't you have to like clearly communicate, I think at the bottom of the deck, like your intentions of what you really want to manifest here? Because I feel like there could be a breakthrough, but there's too much tiptoeing around actually manifesting something. So there's that message. Okay. If you're feeling blocked, like you're not able to like make decisions or move forward or manifest a discernment or a judgment call that needs to be made, maybe someone like it doesn't feel like they're fighting for you like they should. Because sometimes, like us women, we want somebody to fight for us. And the thing is, though, that is our deal, all right? Because it's like someone shouldn't, like a good partnership, they shouldn't have to feel like that. It should just be something that is a given. All right. So when sometimes we desire for someone to just, God, I just wish somebody would fight for me or stand up for me or, you know, something like that, or pursue me, you know, in that way. And it's like, this is where this comes in. It's like, that may be something to do with like your karma. And it's like needing to manifest a different type of energy. All right. So instead, in other words, instead of like deeply down wanting somebody to pursue us or somebody to see that how worthy we are and why aren't they fighting for this connection, we need to understand like that might be part of your karma. So you might be dealing with somebody who should be a King of Wands and should be doing that, but isn't doing that. And it has something to do with learning that this is kind of deep. I hope this is transferring well, but that you are the ultimate one who needs to fight for yourself, not somebody else. All right, to do that, like to show you that. So it's like, how can somebody fight for you if we can't fight and stand up for ourselves? All right. So it's like more about knowing like that you are good enough, and like that is your confidence in that. Because there's something here about like good old partying or, you know, good old sexy time, or I don't know, a little bit too much indulgence in something.
And it's like, that's appealing. Nothing, you know, that can be very appealing. And there's nothing wrong with a little like hedonistic, you know, entertainment or, you know, something along those lines. But then when it's not, when that's all it is, because this is very seduction energy. And it's like, that's the cup they're bringing you, is like memories of like sexy indulgence and partying or something like that. I don't know. It's like, I feel like there's something here about needing to, maybe neither of these options, if there's options here, are like the right options for you. So you may be wanting to manifest something coming back around, but it may not be necessarily what is, like, you may be wanting this person to fight for you, you know, like communicate with you, reach out to you, that sort of thing. But was it really the best connection? Or was it just that it was like super chemistry oriented and seductive? Because that can hold a lot of power and a lot of sway. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is when it's like, that's all it is. You know, we need to also be attracted to those who serve our highest good. They don't just bring in the devil in 3 of Cups, the lust and the overindulgence and the, you know, that sort of thing. So they bring something real in their cup. All right. So there's something about that. I feel like your cycle is more about recognizing which relationships are there for your highest good. And also, this is key, that knowing like you are good enough. All right. So it's not about who's going to come fight for you, or who's going to do this or that or what have you. Which is, again, very common for us women to, you know, definitely have that feeling like, you know, why doesn't anybody fight for us, or, you know, fight for this relationship, or put more effort to it, or what have you. But again, don't let those things get to you. Be in your confidence. You are good enough. It just means that this probably is not a relationship that serves your highest good. So that's why, and universe is trying to show you a karma here about how to manifest the right situations. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. All right. So we are finished, and thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon.